I'm Disco, but most of you know me as TFT Clips. Now, this isn't clickbait. If you saw my community post that I made a couple of days ago, some of you already know, but I actually did it. I've qualified for the TFT Macao Open happening in December of this year and secured the tickets, which arguably is the harder part anyway. Now, I'm actually here to ask for a little bit of your help. So the thing is, contrary to what many people think, I actually don't make that much money from TFT Clips. That's because a lot of the money in YouTube doesn't actually come from YouTube itself, but from paid segments and sponsors that people take. And for the last 3 years, I've actually never done that. See, I never felt right being a compilation channel, using other people's content that they've given to me very generously and putting my own sponsors in front of it. Because of this, I actually need to raise some money for me to be able to afford to go to Macau and compete in this championship. There's 3 main ways in which you can help me out. The first of which is if you're a team or a sponsor. If you are a team or a sponsor hoping to send a player to represent you at the TFT Macau Open, I could be your guy. I would love to be your guy. Here are my accolades, and if you are interested, please hit me up on Discord or Twitter or even my email, and I would love to talk more. The second way is through coaching, which I do offer, but more on that a little bit later in the video. The third way is through donations. In my original community post, I didn't have donations open yet, but there was just so much support from you guys, and a lot of you implored me to open up a donations page, so I've linked that below. And if you want to chip in any amount whatsoever, $1, a cent, anything at all, even the fact that you've just watched this video to this part, and the fact that you guys have been supporting this channel for so long, it means the world to me, and it's more than enough, and I really do appreciate it. Now, if you are actually interested in the coaching, here's why you should consider me. As it stands, there are mainly 2 ways in which people do TFT coaching. The first one being through backseating, right? The coach jumps in a call with you and you just load into a game, and the coach is with you throughout the game telling you what to do. I don't think that's very productive when it comes to actually getting better at the game. The second and far more popular and more productive way is through WOD reviews, right? You'll send a WOD to your coach and they'll tell you the mistakes that you made or things you could have done better or thought about or a better game plan, etc., etc. I like to do a mixture of both of these things, right? Which is to say that first, in the first half of the session, we're just going to go over a bit of a meta read, the game plan. What are we thinking about when we load into a game? What I have been doing in my recent games that has led me to success. Then we will actually queue up for a game, and I'll be in a call with you, but I'll be muted. In fact, I'll mostly just be taking notes of your live game at that very moment. So it's not going to be a VOD that you send me. It's going to be a game played live right there and then. And then we'll move into a WOD review of that game immediately after. There's a couple of reasons why I like to do it this way. The first one being that I feel like if a person is sending me a WOD of theirs to review, they already kind of know that something went wrong this game, right? They've already kind of diagnosed, oh, I kind of messed up my roll down, or my game plan was off, or I got way too dizzy. You already know what went wrong. So what do you need me for, right? I want to see the games that don't stand out to you, the games that end up being a 5th that should have been a 3rd or a 2nd, the games that end up being a 2nd that should have been a 1st, and the games that feel so out of control and end up being an 8th and you get tilted, but could have probably gone 5th in. These are the games that are going to be most of your games on ladder and are not going to stand out, but are going to help in your climb once WOD reviewed. The next thing is that if you are doing a WOD review and now you have somehow correctly identified the issue and sent it your coach that specific WOD, an issue that often arises is that you have sent me the WOD, say today. I look at it tomorrow and send you the notes or the video back. You're looking at it 2 days later now. You've already forgotten the exact thought process you were happening. And the way habit forming works in the brain is if a bad behavior is not corrected immediately, it's just not going to stick. You're just not going to be a better player, even if you understand your mistakes that you made that game. With this method, not only do we get to WOD review an average game of TFT, but also get to correct the habits that went wrong immediately after. And that's kind of it. If you want to get me as your coach, just DM me on Discord and I'll reply immediately. I'd love to be your coach. Thanks so much for supporting me. Thanks so much for sticking around so far in the video. And if any of you are coming to Macau, I would love to see you there. Peace.